got some breaking news out of Washington, D.C. So
shit, did something bad happen in this country?
Something always is.
Get
But
the flag half mast, baby.
this is at least fun. A Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions descended into chaos today as Oklahoma Republican Senator Mark Wayne Mullin challenged the president of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters, Sean O'Brien, to a physical fight during the latter's testimony.
Let's fucking go, dude.
Old school as it gets, dude.
Yo,
Teamsters.
see,
Sean O'Brien.
Not a big politics guy, but if they fought every day, I would be too. C-SPAN would be so lit, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
well, this is about as lit as C-SPAN gets.
Seems
So
very unprofessional. I'm gonna
It's-
be honest, guys.
Sam,
It
shut
seems
the
very
fuck up.
unprofessional.
Come on.
This
This is the one time politics is unadulterated
This is a
fun.
professional environment. Correct?
Shut
Dude,
the
yeah.
fuck
Didn't
up,
happen
dude.
at a bar.
No, it happened on the floor of the United States Senate. Yeah. This guy, by the way, Sean O'Brien, I love this dude just because he is a little shit stirrer.
Okay.
And basically, these guys have had like kind of an issue going back almost a year now, and it finally just blew up today. So
What was their issue?
tension spiked in the committee room as Mullin veered from a defense of so-called right-to-work states like Oklahoma, which are inhospitable to labor unions, to reading aloud from tweets that O'Brien had tweeted after the two clashed during a June hearing. Quote, I appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different, but after you left here, you got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, he said, holding up a printed version of O'Brien's tweets.
Damn.
He came with physical receipts.
He printed the tweets.
That is bananas, dude.
Mullin read one of O'Brien's posts aloud, in which he called Mullin a, quote, greedy CEO, a clown, a fraud. Mullin then read aloud a June post by O'Brien, quote, quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me, any place, anytime, cowboy.
Somebody call Vince McMahon.
How old are both of these people?
This dude was born in 77, so he's he's
Relative. That's
like
a young
47,
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
50.
There we go.
Or 46.
Yeah.
No, and then the other guy, I mean, he's like an old fucking Teamster guy, so he's bald.
Yeah.
He looks like he probably could scrap, but we'll see.
He was an extra in the Irishman. Like,
Look, I'd love to help you with your investigation, but I got to move all these fish. And then he just walks away with 2 tuna.
That's fucking awesome.
He looks like that. So he holds up a tweet, and by the way, that post I read ends with hashtag little man syndrome. And it is a picture of Mullin standing behind a podium next to another guy, but you can see that he's standing on a lifted box. And I wanted to say shout out to my boy Matty P, who sent me the story this morning. Took time off of his, he was working, and he said I took about an hour to try to figure it out. And I think this guy's maybe 5'7". So,
Oh man, that's Napoleon's height, dude.
I know, right?
I was just own that shit.
oh yeah, that was average height in 1806.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly. It was also average height for motherfuckers who ran France.
Yeah,
in
that's right.
1806. So just live your life short, King. Come on.
It's only bad when you're embarrassed about it.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what I've noticed
Yeah.
about short guys.
And that's anything, right? Like
Yeah.
you could be the ugliest, weirdest looking motherfucker in the world, but if you own it, it's fun.
I'm
Like,
not mad at you. You didn't have control over your size.
Exactly,
You
no.
didn't pick the small kind, and then
Exactly.
everyone was like, "You're a dummy for that."
right? Yeah, it's like just get funny or
Right.
or
Well, that's the problem. Is this guy has no chill. He has no sense of humor.
classic.
And meanwhile, Sean O'Brien, the old school Teamster guy, like I said, he's a little fucking demon online, right? Like he is a 4th generation Teamster. His name is fucking Sean O'Brien. Like you
Sean
don't want to
O'Brien.
fuck with a Teamster named Sean O'Brien.
Dude.
Like, and at some point he even said like, I plan on bringing back the mobster spirit of the Teamsters.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yeah, Sean O'Brien.
That is always something, because usually unions just have like regular, like we're the teachers union, like
Yeah.
But the Teamsters are like, we're the fuck, like they put half of mobster in the name of the
Yeah,
union,
yeah.
and the other half is team. That's another like, hey, we're together on this. Type
Yeah,
of word.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
what is it? Does Teamster, was that a word before they decided it was the?
Yeah, a Teamster is a person who drives like a carriage. So you are in charge of a team of like a team of horses or a team of
That's
mules.
fair. Okay,
So
Teamster
it's-
sounds way cooler than carriage man.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, so it's code for a driver. So that's why like UPS drivers or Teamsters.
Okay.
Anybody who drives for a living, and then they include a bunch of other professions too.
I'm so
but
glad I came
initially,
here to learn. I'm so dumb. This is honestly one of the bad things about being in LA is I'm just like by myself so much that I just don't. I think I've been getting actively dumber for the past like 4 months. I'm just losing it. Like I tried reading a book just to like I'm reading the Elon Musk biography.
Oh my God, why?
To try to get smart again.
That's not going to work. That's going to go the other direction.
Yeah, you're 100% right, but it's my best effort.
I didn't know he had one. Now I feel like I need to read it.
I don't think it's a Elon is cool.
I'm aware.
I think it's Elon sucks kind of biography.
Oh, I think even if he's attempting to make an Elon is cool, that's the one I want to read, actually.
the propaganda.
Yeah,
Elon.
the one where that he wrote.
I did learn that Elon Musk's original, like one of his original companies he started was X.com.
Yeah, and everyone told him, you're an idiot. We're calling it PayPal.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he was like, no, I want it to be X. They're like, they're going to think it's porn. And then they called it PayPal, and Peter Thiel fired him.
Exactly.
So it's when you read his story or when you hear about his story, the fact that you're rooting for Peter Thiel, a literal billionaire vampire, you're like, God damn it, stop making me want this guy to win.
Yeah, Peter Thiel is like, there should be no schools. And you're like, yeah, you're the hero of this particular story.
You are the T-Rex that eats the raptor at the end of Jurassic Park.
Exactly.
Yeah. So anyway, he's making fun of him for being short, and he references that other tweet, and he's like, you know where to find me anytime, any place. And Mullin says, quote, this is a time. This is a place. We can be two consenting adults and fight here.
Oh, wait, he said two consenting adults?
That's what he says. He says, we can be two consenting adults.
Excuse me, kind sir, with your permission. Fisticuffs?
To which O'Brien said, okay, that's perfect. You want to do it now? And Mullin said, would love to do it right now.
Okay, I will say, if you need more than 2 lines to establish that a fight is happening, you need to just do it. Somebody's got to swing.
The classic guys who are not going to fight each other type deal.
Yeah,
we're like, you fight me.
Yeah.
No, you fight me.
Yeah, they're like, I would fight you, but there's this desk in the way. It's like, don't walk around the desk, pussy.
Well,
it's like, it's a long walk, pussy.
Well, you know, when there's a fight brewing, at some point somebody says, hold me back, bro.
Exactly.
Wait till you hear who bro is in this case, because he just he doesn't deserve this.
Please be Nikki Haley.
So Mullin said, would love to do it right now. O'Brien then replied, well, stand your butt up then. To which
like, I won't swear, but I won't fight this adult.
To which Mullin said, you stand your butt up. This is the fucking Congress of the United States.
Bro, I had the same fight with my brother when I was in 5th grade. Like, this was verbatim the same situation.
It's like crazy. When I was a kid, I could have never imagined that we would get to a point in politics where an elected official would do this and feel comfortable in doing this, knowing that it's probably going to help his chance of fucking re-election.
A presidential campaign in 2004 ended when a man went, yeah! And here we are.
Yeah. Wait, was this on tape? Is there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's video of this. So
I'm gonna check that out later.
So at that point, Mullin then stood up and moved away from his seat and reached to take off his wedding band. So he was preparing to fight.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And
classic tough guy posturing. Yeah. Well, let me get ready to fight. I'm going to do, let me do some warm-ups. So when we fight, which will definitely happen, I will win.
I don't want to involve my betrothed in this.
At that point, independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders intervened. That's the best part of the video is because you just see Sean O'Brien and you see Mullin, and it's just cutting back and forth, and then all of a sudden you just hear, no, sit down. And it just pans over, and Bernie's been sitting next to Mullin the whole time, and he's just banging the gavel, and he says, you know you're a United States Senator, right? Act like one. And it cuts back to Sean O'Brien, and he's brought some Teamsters with him, and there's a guy with a UPS hat sitting directly behind him, smiling like it's Christmas morning and he's 5 years old. Like, he is like, because they did it. His whole point was to get this guy so pissed that he stood up and took his ring off and was about to fight him. Nice. It's like, dude, there's nothing left to say. You look like a fucking idiot.
Bernie Sanders mediating is insane, dude.
So he's like the head of the committee. So he's just there and he's literally just having to keep banging on the gavel. And you're like, and the look on his face is just one of like,
Just,
I work.
disappointment.
It's just like, what am I doing? I work with fucking children.
Yeah. What can you say in that situation other than like, am I the only sane person in this room right now?
So the two continued to argue for about 5 minutes as Sanders continuously urged them to focus on the economic issues. The horses left the barn, man. Bernie should just get up and walk out of the room. Like, you shouldn't be in the same camera frame as these fucking idiots.
Bro, I mean, like, if I was him, I would have retired, like, after 2016.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm not around adults.
No one is serious in this country.
Yeah, I'm not going to go in here with adult ideas. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. I don't have that patience.
So Bernie's trying to calm him down. Mullin kept trying to challenge O'Brien to a fight. Specifically, he wants to fight on April 30th at a charity event at a place called Smoke and Guns, which is a nonprofit cop and firefighter MMA gym in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Wait, a cop gym?
I
bet that gym is so fun. I bet those guys are so cool and chill and collaborative.
Yeah, they're definitely not just like trading tips on how to beat up handcuffed people and shit like that. Here's the training where you fight. Here's the illegal chokeholds you don't do. Wink, wink.
Exactly. What you can do is you can put your body cam under your armpit.
Yeah.
Then they don't see nothing.
Well, you can actually just turn it off because there's a thing called a qualified immunity. You get away with literally anything.
Goddamn.
No, it's. I was trying to figure it out because the website is so vague about what it is. But best I could tell, because it keeps going, we're a nonprofit organization, but it's just a picture of like a guy like throwing another dude over his shoulder. So I'm like, it's an MMA gym, but they're a nonprofit, but they're also for cops. And that was another thing as the Mullin kept going. He's like, it's a union event. It's cops and firefighters. I'm like, yes, everyone's favorite union, police union, aka the only effective fucking union in the United States.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll play a little bit of this because it is very fun.
He made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction, I read them.
I
read them. Oh, answer the question, please.
I can't understand him, to be honest with you. He rambles so much. What was your question, actually?
Bro.
You said I made a lot of statements.
No, but what's your question? I don't understand the question. Could you repeat it?
This
you said anytime, any place.
What's your question?
Accept the challenge.
Accept the challenge.
That's so... I didn't realize it was like literally he had the little paper name tag in front of him.
Oh, it's a hearing.
Like,
this is on the record now. Yeah. So the two have had a feud that's been simmering for nearly a year now. Mullin and O'Brien originally clashed at a Senate Health Committee hearing back in March when Mullin told O'Brien that he needed to shut his mouth. Over the summer, Mullin challenged O'Brien to another MMA charity fight.
Bro, we got to make that happen. And you know who's sponsoring it? Goat Fuel Sports Energy, bro.
Get Jerry Rice on the phone.
Jerry Rice.
Tulsa ain't that far from Texas, baby.
Bro, put Jerry Rice in the ref costume, dude.
Oh.
Get them vertical black and whites on him, dude. And you've got an event.
Now, there's a bit of a hiccup with all of this because, like I said, O'Brien is just his whole point is to ral this guy up, which, that's my whole favorite thing to do. And I don't know, because he is an old school Teamsters guy, but Mullins is actually a former undefeated mixed martial artist with a 5-0 professional record, and he also has been inducted into the Oklahoma Wrestling Hall of Fame. So
the most prestigious of
hey, man.
the Wrestling Halls of Fame. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I'm like, I feel confident that Mullin would win the battle, but if it's the Teamsters, the East River and a pair of cement shoes are going to win the war, if you know what I'm saying. So.
I watched The Irishman to the end.
Yes.
So
Hell yeah.
I know how that story goes.
So that particular exchange, by the way, back in March ended with Sanders banging his gavel as the two men called each other an embarrassment and a thug. After the hearing, Mullin told reporters that the confrontation wasn't personal and that he doesn't have hard feelings about it.
Hard feelings. He just called me a bitch on C-SPAN. But, water under the bridge.
He says, quote, he just challenged me and I accepted the challenge. And as the years move on and on, America's finest philosopher Drill, his tweet, "I'm not mad. Please don't put it in the newspaper that I got mad," is becoming more and more relevant every time I read the news.
That's awesome.
But I did want to look into this guy because what I didn't tell you is I've been just pronouncing his name, but I didn't spell his name. His name is Mark Wayne Mullins, and you might think I've just given you 3 names, but no, his first name is Mark Wayne.
Mark Wayne.
MarkWayne. Mark Wayne.
Bro.
That's such a fucking great name.
Bro.
He could be playing college football with a name like that. Be a wide receiver or something.
You said Oklahoma?
Yeah, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is from his Wikipedia. His first name is a tribute to 2 of his paternal uncles, Mark and Wayne. His mother.
Oh, really?
Pick one.
No.
Have 2 kids.
Well, there was a plan, Max. It says his mother put both names on his birth certificate, intending to later shorten his name to one of the 2, but ultimately never did.
Yeah, because she was getting high on fucking crystal every night. Because there's nothing else
Got a little
to do
too
in
lazy
Oklahoma.
to call my son one name. Couldn't figure out which.
Bro,
I do just like to think that she was waiting for either Mark or Wayne, like whoever gave her the best like baby shower present, and that's who was gonna get it, and then both of them flaked. So he's like, "Fuck you, you're just gonna
Sounds
be
like they're
Mark
probably
Wayne."
both dead, right?
Yeah,
I mean, she says tribute. I don't know. That could mean
Tribute to the alive person.
Yeah.
That
Also-
never happens.
Also, when you like put a name on a birth certificate, it's not like you can just scratch half of it out like with a coin, like it's a lottery ticket. Like like you got to keep the whole thing, right? Like that's not.
Yeah.
would say
Well, I mean,
so.
you could change. You can always change your name. You know?
Yeah, but doesn't that take years?
Not if you're a baby.
I've been saying this for a while. Babies have it too easy in this country, dude.
Yeah.
They can change their names. They can shit wherever. It's just, they need to grow up.
Yeah, his whole like beef with the union guy, by the way, is that this guy owns a plumbing business, and he keeps telling this story of he's just like, I built this business from the ground and all this shit, and then you're just like a very cursory Google search. It's like you inherited the business from your father. You didn't do shit.
Exactly.
Fuck you. And his personal assets, by the way, the senator, somewhere between $31.6 and $75.6 million. So this guy is a small business tyrant to the fucking nth degree. Mark Wayne, by the way, he succeeded Jim Inhofe, who was the most conservative senator in America. He's most famous as the guy who got on the floor of the Senate with a snowball, and he was like, how can global warming be real if it still gets cold? So he's in a long legacy of the stupidest people who've ever represented this country.
Actually, I'd like to see the video of that snowball thing, because that's a pretty compelling argument.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
It's cold inside too. Whoa.
Yeah.
That means the warming can't get to us if we have houses.
This is true. Yes. Especially houses of representatives.
Oh shit!
Good places to fight also.
Yo, I mean, they're kind of a good exhibitionist type of setup to them. You could have a fire wrestling match.
Oh,
There's enough room on the floor too.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, just clear the chairs, and you got different levels too to fuck with.
Bring in the QAnon shaman guy to be the ring girl.
Oh yeah,
Who walks with the ring round 1, round 2.
He's got the rounds painted on his chest.
Yes, there we go. Now we're fucking thinking.
That would fucking rule.
That guy's running for office, by the way, in Arizona too.
I
well-
thought he was in jail.
Oh, he's out.
Okay.
He's out
Thank
and running
God.
for Congress, I think.
Yeah, that's fucking. Oh man.
Anyway, so that's the news from Washington.
Good.
Yeah.